one of my favorite of your dances, Terra Jolé, back with us, Dancing with the Stars there with her partner, Sasha Farber. They made it all the way to the semifinals, to the Final Four on the show last fall. We're back with Terra. Her new book is titled Fierce at 4'2". We saw you in the ballroom last week, I think it was. How was it being back and seeing everybody?
I mean, it was wonderful. It was so difficult, though, because it was most memorable week, and it was so emotional, and I didn't bring tissue, and I was just a mess.
But seeing everybody in action again, do you have somebody that you think is a favorite going in? I mean,
okay, I always will love Emma. Emma is a supporter of mine, and she was such a cheerleader. Emma is definitely up there for me, but I have to say, look, Lindsay has never won it.
She's so
and
cute.
Jordan is just so good. And so maybe this is her year.
I'm hoping for them because they are such a cute couple.
He looks like the professional too. Like they fit so well.
He doesn't even, I'm like, he's not flawed at all, which is crazy. And he's super friendly. I got to meet Jordan in person. I was just so incredibly, and straightforward. Lindsay deserves it. She's such a good person and such a good dancer, and I'm just so happy that she has such a great performer with her.
When you were doing Dancing with the Stars, you came on afterwards and you told us some of the things that you were dealing with. You had double hernias after your C-section.
3 weeks after your C-section.
Yeah, so I started performing 3 weeks after my C-section, and it actually led to 3 hernias, and I ripped my diastasis, which is a whole new. It took me longer to recover from my hernia surgery than it did from my C-section.
Oh my gosh.
But I made it, and would I do it all again? Yes. It was a great opportunity, and I'm always grateful for Dancing with the Stars.
And last time you were on with Natalie and me, there was sort of a health scare. And I don't know if we talked about it. It might have been off camera, and you said, when I'm ready, I'll come back and talk about it. Is everything okay?
So that was covered on season 5 of, or season 6 of Little Women LA, and everything is great. I am cancer-free. I am always monitoring it. It is a big deal, but
was it a lump that was found?
It was a blockage with the milk ducts. So there were 5 like milk composites that were blocking my breast. Not to get graphic, but there was blood, and it was just a scary thing. And they were like, you never want to hear a doctor say like, I've never seen this before, and things like that. And but thankfully everything's good and cleared up now.
We're so happy.
You're healthy. You write in the book too about your relationship with your husband Joe, and I didn't know that, but you guys had been off and on for years, right?
Yeah, we jumped into our relationship in the beginning, and we had just finished living with our last partner. So we jumped into a relationship with each other, and it was just not right. We weren't ready. We needed that time to get over our last relationship. And I truly am grateful that we broke up because it wasn't healthy. We would break up, get together, break up, get together. But we did a permanent breakup where we spent about 1.5 years apart, lived separately. And then we both kind of realized that this is exactly where I want to be. And I don't want to take this for granted. And I had such a good thing with you.
How's your relationship now?
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Joe is the funniest guy I've ever met in my life.
He is.
And so he makes me laugh on a regular basis, and I'm just so incredibly grateful that like I have a guy like Joe in my life.
And you knew, you write in the book, when you met him when you were younger, you said, that's the guy I'm gonna marry. How did you know then?
You know what's crazy is Tanya from Little Women, she was with me when I said that, and I was like, I'm gonna marry that man. Because I was just so incredibly, you just feel it. You just feel it. Like it's like a gut, a inner soul, body release. You just know it. And that is exactly what happened.
I wish more women had that feeling when they meet their soulmate.
Yeah, it's crazy, but it wasn't just a visual attraction. It was like, I couldn't talk to him without feeling like happy.
Yeah.
And that's why I just adore him so much.
Last time you were here, we were talking about Penelope and Grayson as well. And Grayson was undergoing genetic testing because you didn't know at the time if he was going to be a little person or not.
It's still happening, but he is over 1 year old. And so most likely on the next season of Little Women. Just
good tease there.
Oh my goodness.
On the next season of Little Women, you'll be able to know more.
But you still have no idea. Like looking at him, you can't tell yourself?
I have some thoughts. I mean, it's different because I don't have really any child to compare him to because Penelope is of achondroplasia. So it's not like I can say and that's my type of dwarfism. But if he is little, he may be like Joe. And so it may be totally different. And I don't really know like I've never raised a pseudoachondroplasia child. So it's definitely different for me to like look at them and say, oh, that's a sign.
Well, you're such a powerhouse. You have those two shows. Do I hear works of another show quickly?
Okay, so how exciting. Okay, I just teased that Little Women is going to be coming back.
7th season then.
It's so crazy. But even before that, I'm so excited because I just finished the probably hardest thing I've ever done. And that is crazy to say, but it's called Little Women, Terra's Big House. It's a spinoff of the Little Women. I renovated my house and it is purely insane.
Oh, I can't wait.
We made it half little, half average, and it's honestly one of those crazy things that I thought would be super simple,
Yeah.
and it was honestly more stressful than dancing with
Oh my
myself.
God, I can't wait to see it,
Everybody
though.
says it. Tara, congrats on all things.
Thank
You're
you.
doing so great. Tara's book, Fierce at 4'2", is available now.